Hola,
Okay.
comadres.
Hola,
Welcome back to
comadre.
Conscious
Hola.
Comadres. We have a new comadre with us. This is my friend Angela. She is also located in Washington State. And Angela has a very interesting story. So Jenny and I thought it would be a really good idea to interview her. So Jenny, what can you tell us before we introduce Angela?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm so freaking excited for this episode. Like, ever since we started this podcast, Val and I were like, okay, who are all the people we're going to bring on? And Angela was like at the top of that list. Um, Val and Angela are best friends, but I'm also best friends with Val. And so I feel like growing up in New Mexico, it's easy to just be on guard and like I don't know. It's just like easy to be like, I don't know about that girl. Like I hear that she's friends with my friend, but like I don't know. I just feel like ever since we met, Angela and I clicked. We're not besties yet, but we're on the way. We're on the way there.
Almost there.
And I feel like I don't know. I just feel like hanging out with Angela the very few times that I have, it was cool to see that like my best friend is being taken care of by another wonderful best friend. And like I feel like it's shown me that there doesn't have to be jealousy. And I think it's natural. Like I think there's a lot of natural humanness to that of like FOMO, like I want to be with them, I want to hang out with them, or like I want to be part of that, you know what I mean? But then I'm like, no, but that's like a beautiful thing. Like it doesn't have to be bad, or it doesn't have to be like a competition. Like two
Mm,
things can exist at the same time. So we
hmm
want to bring that into the conversation, but also as I have gotten to know Angela over the last like 2 years, 3 years, I want to say, maybe more, hearing her story and like understanding where she comes from, like I want to dive into that and I want to continue to get to know her, and I'm excited. Yeah.
All right. So Angela, how would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Angela. I just joined the Air Force recently at 30 years old. I'm a single mom, so it's been quite a journey. I like to say I live my life by plot twists.
Yeah, I could say the same. Yeah. So Angela is one of the friends that I look up to. I'm extremely proud of all of my friends. I'm extremely proud of Jenny and her journey. I'm extremely proud of Angela and her journey because whenever I feel like I doubt myself, I'm like, Angela's doing this as a single mom. She literally moved halfway across the country for a better life for her and her kids. I'm like, come on, Val, like we got to get to it. Like no feeling sorry for ourselves. And I think that's like a side of Angela that I get to see. It's like whenever you have kids, like there is no excuse. There is no like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I don't feel like it. Oh, like, there is very little like self like pity because you
Mm-hmm.
can't like you have two lives that depend on you and like whether you feel like it or not, you have to do what you have to do. And so I always think of Angela and she's like a source of like strength for me where I'm just like, no, like I gotta keep going. I don't have any excuse. Like if she can do it, I can do it too. So
Yeah.
Angela inspires me a lot through my day-to-day life, and so does Jenny. So, yeah, talking about that, we were like, yes, we definitely have to bring Angela to the podcast. So, okay, Jenny, do you want me to lead the questions, or do you want to lead? Who do you want? Who should open?
I would say you lead the questions, I'll piggyback and I'll chime in. I do want to apologize in advance to the viewers. So, normally there is a little bit of a delay with me and Val's connection, but now there's like a third delay. So, if it sounds a little choppy, if this episode is like weird or there's awkward pauses, it's because we're just waiting for the other person to respond. So just bear with us as we edit this. Last time we did a guest was my cousin Victoria, but it's been a while since we've had another guest on. So yeah, just learning the ropes, you know?
All right. Ready? Everybody, I want everybody inhale and exhale. That's gonna be my quote. When I die, it's gonna say inhale, exhale.
That's like ironic though, because he won't be able to
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
do it for me.
Do it
Inhale,
for me.
exhale.
Exhale.
Yeah, do it for me too.
Yeah. All right. So Angela's background. So I'll let Angela kind of talk a little bit more about her background. But from my understanding, Angela is half white and half Thai. So it's really cool because I known Angela through martial arts. We both did martial arts together. So we literally grew up kicking each other, kicking other people. But also she was a bit of a minority. Like most of our students of our classmates were Hispanic, and so she was kind of a mix between not being like white, but also not being Mexican and being Thai, but also there wasn't like a lot of Thai representation in Las Cruces, New Mexico. So I kind of want to talk about like the culture and what it was like growing up in Las Cruces. If you felt like you fit in with other kids, if you felt like you were a part of the group, or if you felt like, this is not my culture, or maybe because, I think I don't even know where you were born. Like, I'm assuming, you can correct me, I'm assuming you were born in Las Cruces, but just being raised like New Mexican and like with a lot of like the New Mexican culture, like what was your growing up experience? Like, what was it like growing up in Las Cruces, New Mexico, as somebody that is half white and half Thai?
Well, I did grow up more in an Asian culture just because I had family growing up. So I had my two aunts, which were also from Thailand. My mom is from Thailand. And then, yeah, we were all raised Asian, me, my cousins. I grew up in an Asian culture with an Asian family, and it was very stressful because you are held to a higher standard. You are
Yeah.
compared to your cousins, and I was the youngest, so my cousins were already grown up basically when I was still a kid. And my oldest cousin, she had kids that were a little more closer to my age. So that was where the competition grew. We were held to a higher standard of grades. I struggled in math, so my mom really did make sure that I had tutors and everything for math. We were all expected to be doctors. So you hear those jokes with people. I don't want to say it's discriminating because sometimes it is just jokes, but really though, they really do expect you to be doctors, lawyers. I can't think of any other top jobs
It's
right
like a
now that are
stereotype, but
similar.
sometimes the stereotype's true.
Yes,
Hmm.
it very much is true. My mom still to this very day wants me to be a lawyer like Judge Judy. So,
Dang.
Yeah.
yes.
Well, so just to clarify, which parent is Thai again?
My mom, she's from Thailand.
Okay. I feel like that's interesting too because I have noticed a difference whenever there's somebody who is half white and half like whatever minority group, whether it's Asian or Hispanic or black or whatever the case. If the mom is of that minority group, I feel like the roots tend to be like stronger, which kind of makes sense because like women usually stereotypically are the ones who cook and they're the ones who are like speaking the language to you and raising you and so on and so forth. So I know like I heard an interview with Tia and Tamira, the twins, and they're half white and they were saying in this interview they were like honestly like I just consider myself fully black cuz like that was my whole life. Like my cousins were black, like my mom was black. I was very mainly around black culture and like obviously I have the white side of the family, but like connecting with that is a little bit different just because it's like my dad's side. So I'm curious to like hear how those experiences were for you and like did you have any connection with your white side of the family or did they live in different states or how was that?
So my dad's side of the family is from Hawaii, and I never got to meet them. So
Okay.
I mainly grew up on my mom's side of the family. My uncles, so ironically, my dad and my uncles were all best friends in the army who traveled to Thailand. They
Oh,
were
okay.
deployed for the Vietnam
Mm-hmm.
War. So that's how they met my mom and her sisters. So
Okay.
my uncles adapted to the Asian culture as well. There was a little bit of white culture, I guess you would say, in the family, but they switched their religions to Buddhism. They just did whatever they could to make their wives happy. So I never really got to experience white culture. It was just Asian culture and Mexican culture from school.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
And then
Okay.
like for your other Thai cousins, are they fully Thai or are they also half white or half anything else?
So my youngest cousins, they were half black, half Thai. And my cousin, their moms, she was also half black, half Thai. So I guess that makes them a quarter, huh? But
Mm-hmm.
then my other older cousins with my other aunt, they were half white. They were truly white and half Asian.
Okay. So like did you ever experience like feeling left out because you weren't fully Thai? Like, have you ever had any family members like look down on you because you weren't fully Thai? Or is there anything in that culture? Because I know that's super common in Hispanic culture where it's like, oh, well, if you don't marry another Mexican, like you're watering down the bloodline, which is super interesting of a mindset, in my opinion.
Yes. So we weren't looked down on for being mixed. That wasn't necessarily it. We were looked down based on our academics, who we associated
Mm.
with. Yeah,
Like not
it all
meeting the
fell down to
standards of
that.
the culture. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the food, the music, the language, the culture. So this is really funny because Angela's kids are half Mexican, and so I would go over to Angela's house, and she would be making Mexican food, and I'd just like I'd walk in, and then I'd be like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm making food from their culture." And I'm like, "Dude," I'm like, "What?" And then she's like, "Yeah, they're half Mexican, so I want them to grow up with their culture." And then my mom would be making tamales, and she's like, "Do you think your mom could teach me how to make tamales?"
Aw.
And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure my mom would teach you for sure." Like, I'm like, "Yes." But what was it like growing up in a culture that was heavily Hispanic? Like, now in Washington, it's interesting because there's a lack of Mexican culture or Hispanic cuisine, and
Yes.
Angela and I get very frustrated because her and I we would go out to like food trucks and like we'd be craving something and we'd just go get it, and now we like have to make it because there's no way of like going and buying it. You're just like, well, darn, like I guess I gotta make it. But what was it like growing up in Hispanic culture? Do you now in Washington are you like, no, I am New Mexican. I come from a different land, the land of enchantment, the land of green chili. Like, what is it like being in Washington where like the food and culture is different? Or like growing up in Las Cruces, how did you even, I don't know, get introduced to like New Mexican food? Like, what was that like?
I actually didn't try New Mexican food until I want to say I was 18, possibly pregnant with
Mm.
Tobias. I was a
Mm.
very picky eater growing up, and I was also taught, okay, my family said Mexican food is dirty food. So I assumed they were right until I was pregnant one day and I saw a friend eating enchiladas and I was like, that looks good. So I tried it and that's where I fell in love with the food. But it is different up here. It definitely is. You can't find good Mexican food. It makes me miss home. But yeah, I was just growing up in New Mexico. You're just surrounded by the culture, so you just learn to adapt, especially when you have Hispanic friends, you know? And it really is different up here. It makes you homesick. I know Val and I
Mm,
talk a lot about that, being homesick, missing chili,
yeah,
spicy food. Our
yeah.
tolerance for spicy food has gone down.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I talk a lot about that with Jenny and Angela. I'm like, I will never judge or criticize anyone that says they can't handle spice because when I went back
Yeah.
home, I thought I could, and then I ate green chili and it burned my stomach. Like it went right through me. It was the worst experience, and I'd never had that. I was like, what in the world happened to me? I was like traumatized. I was like, I like
You're like
everything,
looking in the
all of
mirror
my
and
food
you're like,
experience.
you were gonna get it together.
Yes, yes. I feel like I already have enough food problems as it is, and like spicy food, I'm like, nah, this is the one. I can do this one. And then it betrayed me. I was like, oh my God, like,
Yeah.
what happened to me? Yeah.
It's weird because spice isn't a flavor. It's like a pain tolerance. Like
Mm-hmm.
apparently I can't remember what it's called, capsaicin or something like that, like
Mm-hmm.
the chemical that makes it spicy. It's not giving you flavor on your tongue. It's literally just causing pain. So like literally it's just a pain tolerance thing.
Mm-hmm. Dang. Okay, so let's see. All right, so where does our friendship journey begin, Angela? I will begin where I remember meeting you, but I remember doing martial arts with you in a little gym. Well, it wasn't so little, it was actually pretty big, called Gold Medal Tae Kwon Do. And so Angela was determined to spar. She was determined to fight. Her mom was very hesitant, but Angela would go anyway. And it's funny because most of the team was Mexicans, and we only had like what one white boy. We just had Logan.
No, we had one
But
He was the
Asian
token.
too, the little
yeah, oh,
Filipino
Xavier.
kid.
Yeah,
Xavier,
we had
yes.
Xavier. I'm like, we're Filipinos, okay? Could you hang out with Filipinos? Just kidding. No, no,
Aw.
darn, dang,
They're
dang.
so nice too.
They are. I love them. I love them. But yeah, so we would fight, we would spar, and then we kind of like kept growing into that. And there was a specific tournament. I remember this. Angela's mom did not want Angela to spar. And Angela was like, I don't know if you turned 18 at that point or how you convinced her to, but she let you. And then things didn't end up very well. I don't know if you want to tell this story, Angela, but I think that is the day that your mom was like, that day your mom liked me. That day was the day that she was
She
like,
was
you could
like,
be my
that
daughter's friend.
Mexican specifically is okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can
I
talk
don't know
about
if
it. I was knocked out. The
you tell
floor
the
knocked
story,
me out.
Oh
Angela.
my gosh. The
Yeah.
floor.
The floor, yes. So it was my very first black belt match that I sparred in, and I do remember people saying, "Don't spar her. She's a national champion, right, Val?" It was something
Something
like
like
that.
that.
She was a
Yeah.
two-time national champion,
Oh,
and I
okay.
said, "Well, we got to get our experience somewhere, right?" And that was an experience. It was the third
Aw.
round. I can't even remember how many minutes each round was. I think three-minute rounds, right?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, so I remember it was the last round. I was just throwing whatever I could. At that point, I was losing severely, but I stood my ground. And I remember, I think it was like the last minute, it was under a minute. I did a back kick, and when I turned around, she popped me in the face, right in the jaw, right there. And I think that's what stunned me. But when I hit the ground, you could see my head bounce off the ground and I was out. I just
Oh my
remember
gosh.
waking up and there were a lot of faces in front of me and they were like, "Do you know where you are?" And I was like, "What? Where's my mom? She's going to be so mad." That's all
Yeah.
I could think of. And I know, I remember
Nothing like a
watching
mother's
the,
wrath.
yeah,
Yeah.
I woke up just freaking out like, dang, my mom is going to be mad about this. And I remember watching the camera. My mom took me to the emergency room, right? But before we did, Val went up against her and I said, "I want to watch this first." And I remember Val going at her. She avenged me. And that's basically our friendship. I always
Oh.
talk about that with everybody. Val had avenged me, so I owe her my life. She went at that
Oh.
girl aggressively. She didn't care about winning. She just beat that girl. I think
Yeah.
you even threw a couple of elbows at her. I remember you were kicking her off the mat and everything, and she started crying. And I was like, I can go to the
Oh
Yeah.
my
emergency room
gosh.
now.
Is there a
I
video of
know.
this? I feel like we need to release the files. Like,
There must be video somewhere. This is before like we had like a crew team to film us. It was back in the days where like moms would record you and it was like
yeah.
shaking and they're like,
It was like
"Go get
filmed on a
her."
potato.
Oh my God,
Yes,
yeah.
my
But
mom does
I
have a video of it. Yes,
really
but
we
I've
should
asked
find
her
that.
for it. I should find it. No, I've asked her for it quite a few times, and she's like, "I want to remember that day. That's what gave you
Oh.
brain damage." I'm like, "Oh, I have brain damage."
Oh
She's
my
like, you were
gosh.
never the same after
You
that.
were never the same.
Ezra wants to say hi to
We have a
Val.
guest.
Hi.
Hi, you guys. Hi, Ezra. Oh my gosh, that's my
Okay,
little
bye.
samurai. But yeah, I remember that day. My coach was so mad. He was so mad. He's like, "Look, I don't care if you win. Honestly, you can throw the match, but I can't let that go." See, coach loves you. See? He's like, "I want you to go in there and I want you to wreck that girl." And I was like, "Say no more, coach. Say no more." And so then I did. And then at the end of the match, your mom hugged me, dude. I was like, she
Oh.
loves me.
You're like,
She
you
loves
like
one
me.
Mexican in this life. Just kidding.
She did
Just
hug you.
kidding.
She loved you after that. After that, she's like, "Val's family. Val's your sister." I'm like, "Okay. Yes, she is. She
That's
beat that
funny.
girl."
So
So,
then, go ahead.
oh, sorry. I was just going to ask just for clarification. So you said that was like around 18. How old were you guys when you actually met?
Maybe 10, maybe like
Oh,
10 or
dang.
11.
Okay.
Because, yeah,
No, he
because
was
then
younger than that.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember you at gold medal. Okay, so I remember this. I don't know if you remember this, but it was at gold medal. It was I can remember what it looks like inside. I'm pretty sure it was the Walk in World building. But I do remember calling you Dora and you got offended and I got in trouble.
Yeah, I had a really bad bowl cut. Yeah, and my face was so chubby. You guys, I
Oh
wish
my
I could show
gosh.
you.
I
I
almost
was
spit my
so
water out.
I was so brown and like my face was chubby. It's like when you're a kid and you have baby fat. Like I had baby fat on my face. And like I had like bangs and like I was just like it was yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, so
She's
we
like, I don't
must
want to
have met
remember
around
that.
like 9 or 10. And then We went to different middle schools because I went to Lynn, and I'm pretty sure that Angela went to Camino, maybe. I'm not
Yes.
sure.
What?
I went to Camino.
Yeah.
Girl,
Yes.
where were
Girl,
you? I was in those hallways. But you were
where
a
were
year above
you?
me, right?
Yes, I think so. How old are you?
Okay. I'm 30. So let me think. Oh gosh.
She
Let
was
me
a
go
year ahead
back to
of
my
us.
memory. Or like what was your graduating class? That's probably the easier question. Like for high school.
My age. My age is gonna show. 2013.
We can edit it out. Okay. Yeah, so then you were a year above me. So yeah, I went to Camino too. That's crazy. You
Who'd
guys
you hang out
see, this is how
with?
small Las Cruces is.
Yeah.
I was just hanging out with the nerds. I was literally in the
Same.
library, like
No, not
reading
me.
a series of unfortunate events. Like,
Oh, I miss those
yeah.
books.
Yeah.
And then
That's so funny.
for high school, Angela was going to Oñate, and I was pretty excited because I thought I was going to see her. Yeah, I thought I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go to Oñate, and I know one person there, and it's Angela. So I was like really excited. And I literally saw her one day. It was the first day of school. It was my freshman year, and it was her sophomore year. And I remember what she was wearing. She was like wearing white Hollister. I just remember passing her. And I actually genuinely remember this, okay? I remember this. And there was a certain boy that you liked, and his name was, and you're like, this is, and then I was like, do you remember?
I remember. Yes.
Okay. And then I was like, okay. And I
Gonna
saw
be in the
her,
comments like,
yeah, and he's like, what? But then after that, Angela changed schools. I literally saw her one day, and then after that, she was gone, and she went to Las Cruces High School. And then I was just like, Angela
oh,
was here, and now she's not, and then here, and now he's still
so wait,
here.
what year was that? Was like your sophomore year that you
Yeah, her
moved?
Yeah,
sophomore year, our
2010.
freshman year. Yeah, our freshman year. And then after that,
That's
she
why I
transferred
never saw
over.
you.
Yeah, and then after that, she transferred over to Las Cruces, and then you and I, we stayed at Oñate. So
Dang.
yeah, we kept being friends like all the way through high school, and then after high school, I think Angela and I we kind of didn't necessarily take a break of the friendship. I think we were both kind of just going our separate ways. And then I don't know how we just kind of came back towards that friendship, and we have like a really funny story of like both being in like just kind of like ground zero, but we were both trying to motivate each other to go to the gym. So both of us grew up training together, literally getting yelled at by our own personal drill sergeant. Like literally both of us knew our parents. Like she knew my parents. My parents were like, "Oh, how's Angela?" Like her mom knew me. Like we saw each other grow up. And then both of us were just kind of stuck at like rock bottom. I think growing up, I was definitely very fit, I don't want to say very skinny, but well built for my sport. Like I was very fit, and I just gained like a lot of weight. I was pretty depressed. Man, even talking about it, I'm like, oh my God. I was like pretty depressed, and I feel like the only person that knew me, like actually like knew my soul at that time, that like could see through me or like see my struggle was Angela. And so we were both in her car. We were both crying for very different reasons, by the way. We were both just like crying, but with each other. And like we kind of like made a vow. We were like, we're gonna get ourselves out of this. Like we're gonna pull each other out of this. And then after that, like every day, we've just like stayed talking. Dang, I'm crying.
Every single day.
That's making me
6 years
emotional.
now.
Over here. I wasn't even there. I'm all.
Yeah, yeah, dang.
Aw.
You gotta
I don't
you
know.
gotta remember the donuts. The donuts were also involved.
The donuts, yeah. Angela, tell the story. Tell the story how we cried and I ate the donuts.
Do I gotta filter? Do I gotta take some things out?
It's
Sure,
up to
yeah.
you, girl.
Give us a filter. Give us
I'm all do it.
a filtered version. Give
No,
us a
so
filtered
I
version.
remember I barely started going back to kickboxing.
Hmm.
And I was going back to kickboxing, and you and I reconnected that way. And I told you I was going to Planet Fitness. You told me you were going to Crunch. I said I needed a gym buddy. So we started working out together. And I think it was our third workout at Crunch. I met you at Crunch. I was driving there just crying. And I remember being in the parking lot. You were already waiting by the door, and I told you I couldn't come in. Can you come to my car? And you come in, and I'm just bawling my eyes out. And you're like, "Oh, okay." And we started talking. I remember you said, "I have donuts. Hold on." And you went back to your car. You brought a box of donuts, and I was just mentioning to you. And I remember telling you, "I'm gonna leave my baby daddy," and you said, "Okay." You were eating your donuts, and you shared
The
some of what
box.
was going on. Your boss. your box of donuts, and I remember you were sharing some of your personal things that you were going through, and you said that you were going to change that. So we both made that vow with each other, cried in my car for maybe an hour, 2 hours, I don't remember. But it was a good crying session. I went back home and I said, okay, let's get out of this house. And I think it took like what, 2 months? And you helped me
Hmm.
through it all. So all because of that one parking lot session, you helped me move out of that house and get
Yeah,
out of
so
there.
then I do remember how things happened afterwards. So like she said I'm gonna leave that house and I'm gonna move into like a healthier space and I'm gonna be like the person I deserve, and I was like I'll be there, and I promised. I was like I'll be there. And so I remember like we kept going to the gym, and then eventually one day she's like, "Okay, well, I'm moving out." And not only did she like move out, like the person she was with at the time like kicked her out of the house and like threw all her stuff in like the front of the house. And so she's like, I have to do it because literally like all my stuff is like in the front. So she went and she like picked up all her stuff and like she literally took it to her apartment. And then me and another one of her friends like helped her take a couch up the apartments and like her plants. I remember her first apartment was just like a couch, a few things, and like some plants. And I literally saw Angela like rebuild her life and just like become the person that she is, and then like literally apply to the Air Force and like just up and like change her life. And so I'm just so proud of her. I She saw me go through a few jobs, a few heartbreaks. She helped me apply to the FBI. I obviously did not get in, but she gave me that like courage. Like she helped me fill out the application and she helped me like press send. And like, yeah, yeah. So I don't know, Jenny, Angela, what thoughts or
I still have
comments or.
videos of that night when I hit send and you were screaming. I remember. I have
Oh,
those
Yeah,
videos.
I was like, dang, I have to. Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah.
you guys, I'm gonna cry. I love this. I'm like, I don't know. It's just, again, it's like so cool to see such a beautiful friendship. And like, I know, like, I wasn't even there, but hearing this is so cool because I don't know. It's just nice to know. Again, my friend was being taken care of, but like now I'm learning the lore behind Angela. And I'm sorry that you went all through all those things. Like, that's really shitty. But I feel like you guys have turned into the women that you were aiming for in that car, in that conversation. And like you're still growing and you're still getting better and better. But I guess my question is like, if you guys were the present you, so 2026 Val, 2026 Angela, if you were to go in that car, like in the back seat and be like, bitch, like, this is what's going to happen in 2026. Like, this is all the stuff that's going to happen in between these years. What would you think? Like, would you believe yourself? Would you be like, what? What are you talking about? I joined the military. What are you talking about? I live in Washington. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Angela, go first.
I would ask 2026 me, what are we on? Because the military, what? I'm just trying to leave somebody. What do you mean the military? I'm not trying to leave home.
Do you remember I don't know if you guys have watched The Incredibles, but do you guys know the little one with the very short hair? And she like starts slapping Mrs. Incredible and she's like, "Get
Edna?
yourself together, Edna." I would definitely, that would be me in the back of the car, but like laughing at myself because I was just in a very bad state. I'm like, Angela is crying her eyes out. I have donuts. I also feel sad. So I ate a whole box of donuts, you guys. A whole box. I don't think we worked out that night. I was too full to work
No,
out.
we didn't. We did not.
But
The
I would just
intention
be
was
like,
there.
yeah, yeah. I was like, this is
We
my
showed up.
last box of donuts. I'm like, this after this, no more donuts. And so yeah, I was like, get yourself together. But yeah, if I could tell like that girl in the car, I would like give her a hug and I'd just be like, dang, like I guess I would say like prepare yourself because you're gonna transform in such a way like you won't even be here in like six,
Yeah.
7 years. And like also kind of like everybody's transformation. Like I got to see Angela transform. I feel like I've gotten to see you transform. I just had to like write it out and like go through that journey and really like I would just tell her like it's okay, like it might get worse, but you're gonna come out like a lot stronger. Like yeah.
I love this. All right, Val, get us with the next question.
Okay, so You're raising two kids as a single mom in the Air Force. Like, how do you define strength for them? Like, what is it like to be a female and have two boys? Like, what is it like to be a mom of boys and then also be raising them and now be raising them inside a military base in the Air Force? Do you feel like, oh my gosh, like this is a dream come true? How do you feel like, do you wish maybe you would have grown up like a military brat inside of like a military base? Do you ever long for that? Like, do you ever like romanticize that? Like, maybe if my dad were alive, I would have also grown up around airplanes, or like, is this what it would have been like for my dad to like walk out of the base and like just see, because you're at an Air Force base, like see airplanes on their drive, or like, what is it like raising boys in that space now?
I I'm very grateful that I'm able to raise my boys differently than what I was raised in because yes, I do wish that my dad was alive and I had more of that military family perspective. We still followed a lot of the military culture. You know, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. If you don't present yourself a certain way, you're not professional and things like that. So being able to actually give my boys something that I did long for really does help show them something different than what we were getting in New Mexico. So here they see both moms and dads in the military and the different culture around it. They are with kids that are also going through the same things that they are, and they're also seeing strength, right? So they're starting to understand that strength isn't pretending that you're okay, it's just showing up even when things are hard.
Hmm.
It's being scared and just doing it anyways. And I think
Mm-hmm.
they saw a lot of that in me. I was so scared to just leave them behind. And I wasn't necessarily leaving them behind. It was just a temporary bye for now. You know, I'm gonna come back and give us a better life. And they saw that even though I was scared, I did it anyways. And I think now, especially with Ezra, he's not afraid of anything, and that kind of worries me. But
Mm-hmm.
Tobias also sees it too, and he always tells Ezra, if my mom can do it, I can do it too, and that just really warms up my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that warmed up my heart too. So this one, I'm really glad that you opened up about parenting and parenting in the military. I think this is something that Jenny and I both have questions on, and it's like fitness and fitness related questions. But before I ask, Jen, do you have any other questions or any other thoughts?
Well, I don't know if this is already on your list of questions, but I'm curious, like, what led you to that decision? I know we talked about it, like, super briefly whenever I was visiting in New Mexico, but, like, if you don't mind opening up, like, what made you ultimately decide to enlist in the military?
So when I was in high school, my senior year, I was talking to a Marines recruiter that would come to the high school and everything. I've always wanted to join the military. My dad was in the army, so I said I wanted to be in the army. And when I met the Marine recruiter and we're talking, I said, I want to be a Marine. And my mom said, not yet, go to college. So I did. And
And
it
what was your
just,
major
it,
in?
animal science. So it was animal science with a minor in biochemistry. So she told me, if you want to do the military, go to college first. You can become an officer after that, and you can move up the ranks from there. So I listened to her, and life took a lot of unexpected turns. I had kids, and I did struggle through college because I was going through life. I was in very toxic relationships, and I was also raising kids at the same time. I was working full time. I was working in the office, and I was also doing like 12 to 18-hour credits in college, and I was working at least 10 hours in the office, and I would come home, still have to raise my kids and things like that. So the military life didn't really sound, it kind of fell off. And I remember shortly after Val helped me move into my apartment, I started thinking, why don't I just join the army? I thought it was crazy. I shared that with other close friends at the time, and they thought it was crazy too. So I kind of shook that off my mind. And one day, my mom and her husband, they were at my apartment. They were dropping off my kids. And that's when my mom said, you know what? Me and Gary have been talking. You should join the army. And I was like, all right, let's go right now. Let's go to the recruiter's office today. And I just felt like that was a sign. So when Gary said, well, how about instead of the Army, the Air Force? And I was like, the Air Force? I don't fly planes. I don't even like planes. I don't like heights. Like, what?
Mhm.
No. He told me all the benefits of the Air Force, and that's what started it. So I felt like, okay, in high school, I wasn't really in shape. I wasn't really ready. I wasn't mature enough. And right there, I think I was like
Mhm.
27 years old when we started talking about it. And it took about 2, 3 years just to get in, but that's what really started it.
Yeah. I guess that's a really good point that you made about the Air Force. Like this misconception that if you join the Air Force, you would have to fly planes. So, for anybody who is listening who's maybe thinking about different options, like what misconceptions would you kind of like myth bust for them in regards to that?
So you don't have to fly a plane. Fix a plane, perhaps, right? If you want to be a maintainer. But other than that, the Air Force gives you a lot of options. There's a lot of jobs within the Air Force, and they do really focus on education. So as soon as you get in, they talk about education, education. They really do nail that down into you. I don't know what other misconceptions I can think of other than like the what is it called again? You just said it earlier. It's not discrimination, but it's the other word. What is that word?
Profiling,
Stereotyping?
stereotyping.
Stereotyping, yes, the chair force. How people say it's the chair force. So, like, you're not always at a desk job, right? It just really depends on your job and what you want to do. And you can always cross train too. So, if you get something and you're not happy with that job, just show up, still do your best, and eventually you can cross train. Yeah, you don't got to fly planes. You don't got to jump out of planes if you don't want to. There's other opportunities out there.
Well, those are all the questions I have that I could think off the top of my head.
Dang. Okay. I do have fitness questions. Those are coming. But for single moms or just females in general, what would you tell them about, doing this life transition? I feel like there's a lot of maybe females fresh out of high school who might be scared and like, oh no, I'll do it next year or I'll do it like the year after that. And then maybe they just keep putting it off. Or maybe mothers or single mothers out there, like, do you have a message for them?
I want to say just because you're a single mom doesn't mean you have to put your dreams aside. Get yourself situated. And if you have the support, really do take that support. You don't get extra points for struggling by yourself. Let people help you. And that's something that I still struggle with, right? I don't like people helping me. I don't like asking for help. I used to ask for help and it would just be thrown in my face. So I wouldn't get the help I needed. So I just learned to figure it out on my own. So let people help you when they offer to help you and make the right friendships. If it wasn't for Val walking with me the very first time into that recruiter's office, I wouldn't have done it. So if you need a friend to just go with you, then have that friend. But really, though, just follow your dreams. Don't put yourself aside just because life turned around unexpectedly. Just turn it right back around and keep moving forward.
Dang, that was very powerful. I'm gonna go ahead and transition onto the fitness questions because that's important to all of us. We're gathered here today to talk about fitness. Just kidding, you guys. But no, all of us have gone on some form of fitness journey. So being inside the Air Force, you have to be fit. I do like that your job, has standards in terms of health and fitness. But aside from the Air Force, what does fitness mean to you? Is it about health? Is it about aesthetics? Is it about the way you look? Is it about how much you can lift? Like, what has been your health journey or your transformation or like what does health and fitness look and mean like to you?
At first, fitness to me was therapy. It's how I was processing stress, frustration, everything that life was throwing at me. If I was sad one day, I would just go to the gym. If I was mad, just go to the gym. If I'm happy, go to the gym. So the gym wasn't really about looking a certain way at the time. It was just where I went to clear my head. Now, I still see it as therapy, but I am starting to become looking deeper into my health. I know lifting weights, especially for women, really helps with osteoporosis. I think that's what it was. And just has a lot of health benefits that you don't really think about because you just go there to look a certain way to maybe lift heavy, right? That was also another thing is lifting heavy as a woman. I really idolize that, but lifting heavy also doesn't mean it's healthy, right? And I learned that the hard way now. I've shared with Val, I have Achilles tendonitis. I have the sciatic nerve from my butt to my hip. I have been having shoulder issues. My back is hurting. So I know like lifting is all about proper form as well, but sometimes your body just can't handle it. And you got to think, okay, like I don't have to lift heavy. This is still beneficial to me and my health.
Mm, dang. Jen, what questions do you have?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to give you your flowers because Angela be posting videos up in here, and I'm like, dang, girl, like you can lift so heavy. Like, I need to put you on my vision board for real. But from a personal trainer perspective, I understand that too. I think so right now I have a part-time job as like a fitness coach, and I'll see people ego lifting all the time, and I get it because like you get so excited, especially as a woman. You're like, okay, like I'm gonna take it more, I'm gonna take it more, but then it's like, well, wait, like make sure you got your form down first, even if you're lightening the weights, and then like slowly start to build into that, because you don't want to like end up injuring yourself just because you were like get excited to lift super heavy. So I totally understand that, from my own experience, from watching others and things like that. Actually, going back, I'm sorry, I know I said I didn't have any questions earlier, but going back to the mom conversation, how do you feel? I guess it kind of connects to fitness. How do you feel like this has been helpful for you as a parent? Because I know that a lot of people can use parenting and being a parent as an excuse not to show up for their own health. So, like, how do you feel like that's helped you in your own journey, but also as an example for your sons?
So as an individual, right, that's a parent, it's helped me be able to just release whatever stress because raising kids, especially by yourself, is very stressful. So a lot of the times I'm going through something with my kids, whether it's school or some type of emotional behavior, and I don't know what to do. So I'll go to the gym, release some stress, and I'm able to clear my head and just think, how can I be better? And then I'm able to come back, and just talk about it with them or help them in whatever way they needed help with. As far as like my kids watching me, so my kids are showing up right now and just staring at me. What up?
I feel like she
Yes.
lives with like little bro. She's like, look, bro. Like she just
I
lives
do
with a
call
bunch
them
like.
bro. What? You can have pizza. I'm making you some kind of sauce right now. You can either have spaghetti out of it or pizza. But you gotta be patient. Go play games. Bye. Okay, bye. Did you hear that?
No,
He said, bye, Angela Do. Ew.
that is mom to
Dang.
you.
And that is mom to me. The
Dang.
confidence that I'm building upon myself is somehow going on to them because they think they have the confidence of a real man right now.
That's funny.
So, okay, so the fitness part, right? My kids they have always gone to the gym with me because I was paying for childcare back in New Mexico. So they knew I was going to the gym. They just never really saw what I was doing. Now at the gym here on the base, there's not childcare, but they have a little play area with a slide where the kids can go hang out with, right? So my kids go there. Sometimes we go to a different gym off the base and they're in the childcare there, but here at this gym, they're able to watch me work out a lot of the times, right? So there were quite a few times where they were watching me run my 2 miles on the treadmill and they would come right by the treadmill and they would cheer me on. And sometimes I would hit stop and Ezra would say, why are you stopping, Mom? I'm like, you do it, dude. And he's like, okay, I will. And he would come to the treadmill next to me and just start running. And sometimes they'll come upstairs with me, watch me lift. And I have a lot of videos where Ezra specifically wants to lift with me. So I'm showing him how to lift and everything. So I think my good habits are starting to build onto them.
Yeah.
I still got to get it onto Tobias, but Ezra for sure wants to lift weights. So as a
Yeah.
mom, you have to remember your kids are always watching. So what kind of example do you want to set for your kids? Do you want them to see excuses like, hey, it's okay, if you work all day, you're tired, go ahead, rot on the couch, watch Netflix, binge,
Yeah.
eat whatever you want. It's okay, you only live once. Yeah, you only live once, but how long do you want to live for that one time? So do you want to rot or do you want to go to the gym,
Yes.
be in the best shape of your life, and then come back and rot later, you know? Just go be fit
Yeah.
for a little bit.
I love that. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a parent, so I can't necessarily pass judgment because I don't know what it's like. However, I feel like just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible. And I think a lot of people have it in their heads that that it has to look a certain way in order for them to actually like get something out of it. But it's like, no, like if all you have time for on a specific day is to go for a walk, then fit that in. Like, be flexible, be resourceful, figure it out, because eventually life will put you in a position where you're going to have to make choices that are not good for your health. Or like Val always has this quote that she refers to where it's like, choose your hard. Do you want to be challenged right now and take care of your body and do the hard thing of working out today? That might, require a lot of scheduling and things like that as a parent. Or later on, do you want it to be hard by paying hospital bills and paying for medications and paying with not money, but side effects from those medications and so on and so forth? So I think it just comes down to figuring out what your priorities are and like how you want to show up in your life. And you're right, your kids, they observe, they will do everything that they have been modeled. So if the behavior that you are modeling is not healthy, they're going to take that on. So
That was really good. Okay, ladies, I'm gonna lead us to our next question. But what do you miss about living in New Mexico? So this one's actually a loaded question. What do you miss about New Mexico? What has surprised you most about Washington? So missing New Mexico and then something that you were mind blown about Washington. And then is it a place or is it a feeling that you miss?
So with New Mexico, Val heard me say this every single day I was in New Mexico waiting to go to basic, right? I just want to leave this place. I hate this place. I'm never going to miss this place. I thought I hated New Mexico just because of how small the town was. Everybody knew everybody. There wasn't much to do around there. I felt like my kids were just going nowhere in New Mexico. Now that I've been in Washington for 9 months, I think, 9, 10 months, I've realized that I've become homesick and there's a lot of things that I miss about New Mexico. I miss the people, being familiar. New Mexico will always be a home in some ways, especially the food. I really miss the food. I miss the gym, my old gym. That was basically my second home. And I think what I miss most is just the comfort of knowing everything and just everyone. But what really did surprise me about living in Washington, right? So since I was a kid, I've always wanted to live in Washington. I wanted to come to vet school here at one point, even throughout college. I just thought I would always end up in Washington somehow.
We
But
watched a
then
lot of Twilight.
yes, we did watch a lot of Twilight, Grey's Anatomy too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just felt like that dream fell off after a while, like, oh, I'm never gonna move out of New Mexico. I'm stuck here like everybody else, right? You meet somebody in New Mexico, oh, I lived here my whole life, my grandma, my mom and everything, and it's just like I don't want to be like that. I don't want to stay here. I want to move on. So when I first saw Washington, I was like, okay, that's a sign. And I didn't realize how much I would end up loving it. The green, I'm so amazed by how green it is here. There's no dirt, there's no cactuses. I expected the scenery to be beautiful, but I didn't expect how much peace I would also find here. So going around, like nobody knows me. I do miss that,
yeah,
knowing people, but I also love nobody knows me. I can
you
walk
can
around,
be
they're like,
whoever
oh,
you
who's
want to be.
she? Exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
There's
Yeah.
no like preconceived notions, and there's no like risk of, well, my cousin's brother's sister-in-law, she knew you from high school, and you're like, oh Lord,
Yeah.
that's not good.
Yes.
That wasn't a good time.
That's, I don't miss how small it was. Every person I spoke to in New Mexico, oh, that's my cousin. Like, of course. Of course. Who else are you
Yeah.
related to? Oh, I'm related to X, Y, and Z. Like, oh, I know X, Y, and Z as well. So moving up here was definitely the fart, the fresh start that I really needed.
It can be like that in New Mexico, though, the fresh fart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's funny.
It's because Ezra's standing right there. He's farting.
He's making you nervous.
Yeah, he's just staring.
Jen, what other follow-up questions do you have?
Well, okay, this is going to be on like the more playful side, but I love astrology. And I feel like these other two beautiful women also know love astrology.
Tell me
And we
more.
joke around all the time. And we'll be like, we have our own group chats in like, Instagram and TikTok and
Yeah.
Snapchat. And we'll send each other memes every now and then. And it's just so funny because I'm a Pisces, Val is a Taurus, and Angela is a Scorpio. And I feel like that describes it perfectly.
Yeah.
Like our
Yeah.
responses are always so funny because like I feel like I have a little bit of a spicy side every now and then, but like I try to be like the peacemaker initially, and then I'll like kind of let my bitchy side show. And then Val's there like grounding us and being like,
Oh,
"Yes."
inhale, exhale.
And then Angela just gives it to us straight. She's like, "No, F that
Angela,
bitch."
yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Angela will fight people in the comments. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh
that
my
one
God.
comment,
Yes.
I was like, how dare she come after my friends? Let me tell her something real quick. They're peaceful, not me. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, Angela's our bodyguard, so you guys better watch out in the comments.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny. Damn.
Uh,
Whew.
yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that's funny. You guys are
Please
crazy.
don't come after my friends. Please. Actually, please do. Please. I would love that. I need
You
some
like, show
action in
You're
my
like, give me
life.
yourselves,
the
reveal
opportunity.
yourselves. Yeah. She's like, who are you? Where are you? Let me see you. Oh my
Hey,
God.
remember, we got FBI skills. We don't even need to know where they are.
Oh my
We can find
God.
that. I'll
Yeah.
find
Oh
you.
my
Yeah.
God. Dang. Okay. So one thing that I am proud of this friendship is that you and Jenny became friends, and this was funny. But Jenny wrote you a letter for boot
Oh
camp, so
yeah.
Yes, I
it was
cried.
funny.
I cried that day.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. How has having Jenny and me in your corner helped you move through this world, not just emotionally, but practically? I guess for me, I feel like I have a support system, especially when I moved here. Like, man, I just feel like depression really hits. Like, you just really miss your family, your friends. You see people posting about, I went here, I did this. My friends, my
Yeah.
climbing group, they're like, we climbed here. And I was just like, dang, I could have gone to that. Or you feel like you're missing out. Sometimes Troy would be gone and it would just be me, myself, and I. And then soon after, like, Troy would leave on like TDYs, Angela left for boot camp. Like, almost as soon as he left, she was gone for a gap. So then it was just like me and Jenny. And so I feel like throughout my lifetime, I've had like really strong women to like help me help myself. So I don't know. I don't know how you ladies feel, Angela. I don't know. What's your interview? How do you feel?
So I have a hard time making friends, right? Especially female friends. So when you started introducing me to Jenny, I was like, "Ooh, another friend. I get to meet another side of Val." I was so excited. And, we're still working on becoming just as close as you and I are, right? But it's very exciting because you guys really have helped me carry things that I didn't have the capacity to carry alone. Um, when Jenny wrote me that letter in BMT, I really did cry. Every time we all got our letters, a lot of people cried. It was very heartfelt. But when I saw Jenny's name, I was like, Jenny? Who's Jenny? I was like,
You're like, is this
Val
for the
gave her
right
my
person?
address. Yeah, I was like, I don't know a Jenny. Yeah, when you're in BMT, you're just like, you're in your own different world. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
Jenny, did I give Jenny my address? What? Is this a secret spy? I don't know, but yeah, in that moment, I was like, wow, she really did take the time to write me a letter. She thought about me, and that meant the world to me. So you guys, both of you, I know I've been trying to be more proactive in our group chats and everything, but you guys have listened to me and helped me make decisions, whether it was like gym decisions, I'm trying to think of other things right now, life decisions, right? Or you guys just reminded me that I wasn't crazy. I know there were a few times where I messaged you guys in the group chat and you guys both told me I wasn't crazy. I was like, okay, that's two. That's two people that told me I wasn't crazy. I'm not crazy.
I
So
have
it's
proof.
really made a huge difference.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no, and vice versa. Like, I like how we've been kind of opening up a little bit in the Snapchat group chat because, like, there was a day a few months ago where I was in my luteal phase and I was going through it. And I was like, you guys, I cannot lift this weight. Like, I'm getting frustrated and I'm like having a bad body image day. And both of you were just like so kind to be like, girl, like it's gonna be fine. Like next week, you're gonna end up having such a good workout week, and like this is just one day. And that was honestly really helpful because it's like when you look back at your luteal phase, you know all the perfect things to say to yourself, but like you just like self sabotage in your brain, and you're like, that doesn't apply to me right now. So like having you guys like walk me through that and being like, this is temporary. I was like, okay, you're right. You're right. You're right. And then what's crazy is like literally a month later I ended up hitting a PR on that same lift. So like and then
Dang.
you guys cheered me on and like I don't know, that was just really really wonderful. Like I don't have that many workout friends here, but it's nice to kind of have like that virtually with you guys. And then also, you guys have been like really I got to get back on my TikTok game, okay? And I've been like getting a little bit into it, but I'm like seeing videos from Val, I'm seeing videos from Angela, and I'm like, go Kylie, go. I feel like Kris Jenner.
That's funny.
Like you're doing amazing, sweetie.
See, this is the
Dang.
friendship that I needed in my life. I feel like the three of us are versatile, right? We all have our own goals, but we all have our own hobbies, or not own hobbies. We all
Yes.
have similar hobbies, whether it's fitness, wanting to make more money, having side hustles, and we all come together as a group and we talk about it and we give each other advice, we cheer each other on. We follow up with
Mm.
each other, and that's what I really love about this friendship triangle. I've always wanted to have a friendship group, and I finally got the healthiest friendship group that I've ever been in. So I'm very blessed to have
Mm.
you guys.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of things that we've said in the chat where we're like, save it for the memoir. Or like, I get like really like, we need to manifest a trip. Or I'll see like videos of friends hanging out and it's like the CEO, the fill in the blank. And I'm like, oh, that's
Yes.
us. That's us. Or, I'm just like, we are very driven, ambitious women. And so like, I feel like you're right. Like it shows. So yeah, no, that's so cool. That is
I'm
so
thinking
cool.
Powerpuff Girls right now. We need to go get
Yes.
Powerpuff Girl
Yes,
tattoos.
literally.
Yes, yes.
Dude,
Oh my
let's do
gosh.
it. I'd be so down. So wait,
Dang.
which
Yeah.
one's which though? Because I can't remember like all of them.
Angela's the green one.
Huh? What?
Angela is the green one.
No doubt, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah,
Buttercup.
Angela's the green one. Yeah, Buttercup. Yeah, man, she'll beat you up. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
She'll take you out.
Let me see. Powerpuff Girls. I'm either like Bubbles or the other one. I'm trying to think.
Blossom.
Blossom.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember what's like Blossom's
Bubbles used
personality.
to like draw a bunch. You guys
Blossom is the
remember?
leader.
She
Yeah.
would
There we go.
Blossom, and then
Oh,
Bubbles,
that's
she would be the
scary.
one that's like, she would just be doing her own little thing. She's like, I'm drawing. Like, she's
I think
like,
Val is more bubbles.
yeah,
Yeah.
Very random, very cheery.
she's like, I made a picture. Yeah, it's just, and then she'd get, yeah, oh man. Yeah. Okay, so last question. Okay, what do you want women listening to this, especially women doing it alone, to know about the power of female friendship? Wow, that's such a like question, like the sisterhood of the traveling pants. The
Wow, what an
power
old
of a
movie.
friendship.
So, female friends or any kind of friendship, right? They don't make you weaker, they make you stronger because you finally have people in your corner. They're not going to let you fail. They're not going to let you fall down. They're never going to let you feel alone. They're going to bring you up when you need it. They're going to cheer you on. They're going to help you move forward in life. And that's what I think about women making friendships, female friendships, especially. I think female friendships can be very powerful. And this group has really shown that over the
Hmm.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
would
would
agree.
say that I feel the same. Like, I never feel like Jenny can't come here and edit this for me or do this for me, or like Angela can't come here and like lift this weight for me. But I know that both of them, it's like a little bit of like accountability of like I know that they're out there both working hard, whether Jenny's working hard in her real estate or working hard in her business, or like Angela's working hard on her fitness or her mindset, or like, it's like I see them and it's like it's like I have to do it too. Like I owe it to myself to be the best version of myself. So I feel like this friendship brings out the best in me. And
Mm.
so I want to show up as my best self, and then I think you guys pull that out of me. So that's what I feel like our friendship group brings or offers to us, to you
Yeah.
guys in the world.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And like kind of going back to what I mentioned at the beginning of the episode with like I could have definitely taken the easy way out and just been like jealous of Angela and be like, "Ugh, well, Val is like, my best friend, so like I'm the most important or whatever." Or like being like jealous just because Val has another friend. But like instead I was like, no, like obviously Angela's a freaking badass, so like let me get to know her. Like, it's going to be slower because it's over a long distance, but like let me like see what all of the great things are about her that Val likes. And sure enough, I have seen that. And I feel like we have been able to inspire each other just by literally living our lives and showing up. And like, again, kind of going back to you guys, like doing your TikTok thing and like posting, I'm like, ooh, like, yes, I need, that's a reminder. I need to get on mine. Like, I think a lot of times, especially when it comes to New Mexico culture or Latina culture, women can historically be catty and just be like, I don't want to deal with that. Or like, she just thinks she's all that. And it's like, no, like use that to level yourself up. Like take inspiration and cheer her on. And again, like Val said, bring the best out of each other because that is how we grow as human beings. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that.
Yeah, I do. So I briefly remember when Angela and I started boxing. So actually, Angela is a phenomenal boxer. Like she is so good. And I remember this period in my time. The more weight you have on, the slower you tend to be because you're carrying more weight. And so I just remember her cheering me on, like, come on, girl, you got this, come on. And like at this point, Angela was farther ahead in her fitness journey. And like, I mean, I was just going through it. Like, my brother was recovering through like cancer. Like, I really tried to put up like a really brave front. But I think just like when you suppress things, like it shows in other ways, right?
Mm.
So I was just carrying around like a lot of extra weight, but I feel like that was like a metaphor for like, when people say it's like carrying around a backpack, like I was literally carrying like the stress. And so like yeah, the gym martial arts became like a safety outlet. It became like a way of like letting it out. And I just remember her being like, "Come on, girl, like you're better than this. Remember when you like knocked that girl out? Come on, remember when you
Yes.
filled the blank?" And so it was interesting to have her almost like my coach. And it's interesting because both of you guys have both been my coach at a certain point. Where like Jenny was like my nutritional coach at one point, and she's like, "Girl, you're gonna have a heart attack with all this coffee." She's just like, "How about we drink 3 cups? How about we only three?" And then at one point, like Angela was my coach because I think she saw like the people that knew me at my competitive level at my time, like in my prime. I think she's like, dude, come on, like you're way better than this. Like, what are you doing? Come on, like keep pushing yourself, like keep going. And so and like both of you guys just have coached me through different timelines, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It
I don't
takes a
know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Val.
village.
Have any other questions, you guys? That's all the questions I wrote.
I
I
feel
don't
like
know
I
if you
cut
guys
you
have.
off, Angela. Sorry.
Huh?
I think I cut you off. I don't know if you were going to say something.
I was, but it wasn't you. I lost my train of thought as soon as I said that because somebody right here, it's really hard to focus sometimes because they just come in and you're like staring at you like, what? Can I help you? I look crazy, huh? Just making weird faces because you can't see right
Imagine
there.
in the YouTube description where like Angela was just talking to herself the whole time. She was talking to the
The
voices
voices
in
in my
her head.
head. You get used to talking to the voices
That's
in your head, right?
funny. That's funny. It's like Angela, yeah, it's like the voices in her head. It's like she's schizophrenic. She's having a side conversation over here. That's funny.
No, he's
You
right
guys,
here, Ezra. Come
this
here.
is so random, but
Tell
I
them
was
I'm
at the
not
gym the
crazy.
other day
Uh-huh.
and this
She's not
lady, she
crazy,
had
but
her
you're crazy.
Uh,
No, but I was at the gym the other day, and there was this lady, and she had her AirPods in, and she was talking on the phone. But it was funny because like the way she was talking was like as if the person was right in front of them, and I got like confused at first because I didn't see her AirPods, and I was like, could you imagine if like somebody from the olden days, like before technology, saw that? And they didn't know what was in their ear, and they were like, "Who is she talking to?"
I
It was
imagine
just
the
so
days
funny.
where they would be like witch,
Yeah.
punishers.
Yeah, yeah, that's
They
funny.
were just tuned
Dang.
in.
Yeah. Well, you guys, I have no other questions, but I would just like to thank these two beautiful ladies for being here and making this interview happen. And I just want to tell them how much I love them and how much they really pushed me to be like the best version of myself. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank
Yes.
you for pushing me to be the best version of myself too.
Yes. Angela is now an honorary comadre.
Yes, I
Hey,
know. Yo, people subscribe so that we can send out gifts to our honorary comadres so that we have a budget for our comadres. We can send them a t-shirt and a hat or like a mug,
Yes.
something.
just
Yes. A
adding this to my
Subscribe.
resume.
pancit.
Yeah, yes, put it honorary comadre. Just kidding. So we're like, what? Man.
That's funny. No, but we do need to have you back on because I feel like there's so many other topics that we haven't even gotten to. Like, this was just the first layer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to come
Okay.
back on one day. I will have my PC set up this time. I have one, just procrastination.
No,
Yes.
you're good. You're good.
Yeah, you're a busy mom. You're good. So tell the audience where they can find you.
Yeah, Angela, tell.
She's like nowhere in their hearts.
In their hearts, yes, you can find me in your heart. If not, I just don't belong there, I guess.
Oh man.
Let's see. I'm mostly on TikTok, Instagram. I have
And what's your
Facebook. I'm just not
username?
really on it. My username on TikTok, it's Angela.Ophelia. So that username, I made that several years ago just to make a joke on my love life, but it really stuck. So,
I don't get. I'm sorry. I'm not cultured. What is the joke? Because I don't know.
so Ophelia, do you remember studying Shakespeare in middle
High
school,
school?
high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Basically, Ophelia was a tragic character from Hamlet.
Oh.
Basically, I can't remember too much anymore. Hold on, the power of Google.
So remember the song Ophelia by Taylor Swift? They reference this painting where she like drowns.
Uh
Like I
huh.
guess she tells this guy like she's like I love you and he's like I don't love you and she like goes to the river and then I don't know if she accidentally drowns, but like the death of Ophelia, she like dies of a broken heart.
Oh my gosh.
And
Okay.
so Taylor Swift's like you saved me from the fate of Ophelia.
Oh. See, you guys, I'm so
Yeah.
not cultured because I just be singing the song in the grocery stores. I'm like, okay, this is a bop, and I don't even know what it's about. But it's
You
because I
see,
didn't
I
read
knew.
Hamlet. I read Macbeth and my light just turned off. Romeo and Juliet. I feel like there's one more, but I can't remember.
Yeah, so I didn't want to portray myself as like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself because the man doesn't love me, right? But I thought it was funny because in Ophelia, Hamlet does accidentally kill her father and I believe her sister. And yeah, he didn't love her back and everything, so she went and lost her mind and did some crazy things before she drowned. I don't think it was ever clear if she did come in or what it was. I can't really remember now. I gotta go back and read the book. I would be so happy to read that book right now.
Well, it's hard because like Shakespeare, like the Shakespearean language, like half the time you don't even know what's going on. Like, listen, I got good grades in high school, but like I would be reading that sometimes I'd be like, what does he mean? Like that's crazy.
You guys, it's because I'm thinking about me because like New Mexico be like what? Like he was like all sad fool, and then like like what do you mean, bro? Like what do you mean she drowned?
I wait, bro.
Or wait, yeah, I know.
Jeez, I was gonna say something bad.
Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh.
God. But I can barely understand Spanish, fool. What do you mean? Like, I mean, I can barely understand English. Oh my
No
God.
mames, way.
What? Yeah.
Have you guys seen that guy on Instagram, Johnny James? He like does all the New Mexico videos, and there's like this
Yes.
one video where he's like, POV, your sleep paralysis demon is from Albuquerque. It's just his shadow, and he's like, "Hey, are we going to the 7-Eleven or not?"
That's funny. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do like a whole episode on New Mexico culture, like just the
Yes.
three of us, because I
I
mean,
could go on a
that's like
dissertation
basically
about it.
all our this whole channel is about at this point. We've been doing a lot of New Mexico content, but like it's just I think especially when you're homesick, it's so fun to like reminisce with other people and you're like, "Oh, okay, that was not a fever dream. That does happen there."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
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 Okay, well that's all I have. Angela, do you have
Yeah.
questions for us?
Yeah.
Oh, do I have questions? This is like an interview, right? Where I ask you three questions before the end of the
You're
interview
hired.
so I can get the job. Dang. I can't think of any questions other than we got to keep our group more proactive in our chats and manifest more with each other. There's a lot more things
Yes.
that I want in my life right now, now that I am where I am. So I would like to do that with you guys.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We're leveling up.
Yeah. We are. You
Yeah.
guys don't know how crazy the chat is. You guys don't know all the like on a full moon we'll be like, did you write? Like people
Yeah.
don't know the
It's the
Did
craziness.
you put
full
your moon
moon,
water
guys.
out?
Yeah. If you were like,
Did you cast
what?
your
If
spells,
people
ladies?
Yeah. If people know the craziness that it takes to just for me just to be alive, people be like, what? Angela knows the rosemary water. She's like, did you spray your hair? Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't
Yeah.
give the secrets away, you guys.
Yeah. I know. We should have
A
a
little bit at a time.
a friend group where people can subscribe and just see the craziness. You're like, what?
Yeah.
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 Okay, that's all I got, you guys. But
All
we have
right.
a closing out thing. This came from Oñate High School after you left.
Does Angela
But
know about this? She
I don't know if she
should.
does. But basically, it goes, make it a great day or not. The
The
choice is
choice is
yours.
yours. Do you remember
Yeah.
who
Did you
said
hear that?
that? That
No.
was our
Who
our
said that?
principal on the intercom. He would do the announcements in the morning, the Pledge of Allegiance, and everything like that. I don't know how long he was there before we got there, but he was only there for 1 year when we were there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "You can make it a great day or not. The choice is yours." And I would be like, "Oh my
Yeah.
God, like, am I gonna die
I
today?"
do remember
Like,
that principal. Yes. I don't remember
Yeah.
that though, but I do remember
yeah,
Yeah.
that
That's
principal.
okay. That's okay.
yeah.
All right, you guys, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Literally, help us grow this channel. Go subscribe right now. Literally. I'm
Yes.
threatening you. Just kidding. I'm just
Or
kidding.
else.
Angela.
Angela
Angela
will
will
beat
go
you up
after
if you
you.
don't.
Yeah, Angela will find you. She will mess you up. Just kidding. But go subscribe. All right. All right.
All
Bye, you
right.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.